Hello everyone, I hope you all are studying well. So I want to discuss one essay type question based on poetry. I think this will help you when you are writing your essay type answers. So I wanted to discuss something related to your A-level exam. That's why I decided to discuss an essay type question based on poetry. So let's take a combined question, a sample combined question, and we'll just discuss the structure, how to write, how to approach this question. Remember, when you get questions at the exam, the most important thing is that you have to read the question properly, and sometimes you find the questions are quite longer. The question won't be just one sentence or two sentences. Sometimes the question would be a little longer question. So when you get little long questions, you need to read your question properly, read it little by little, and underline all the important words in your question. When you underline all the important words in your question, then you understand what you are supposed to do, what you have to do. And the other important thing is in most of the questions, it is mentioned as explore, elaborate, analyze, criticize, comment. So find out what you have to do here, whether you have to criticize or whether you have to analyze or whether you have to justify or whether it is like to write your own opinion. So like that, you have to find out what is your job here, what you have to do. Then you can simply approach to your question. And so the most important thing is to take time, just take 1 minute or 2 minutes, read the question, because in case if you misinterpret the question, there's no point of writing a very long answer. You might write 2 pages or 3 pages, but if it is misinterpreted, you have to, and the other important thing is you have to address to the question directly. Sometimes the question is something else, but you just talk about, you might imagine if your question is based on Shakespearean sonnets, then you start Shakespeare, one of the famous writer, and then you write about Shakespeare. No point. So don't write unnecessary details, and in order to make your answer long, no point of making your answer long like that. So address directly to the question and find out what you need to do. And the other important thing is you have to divide your answer into paragraphs. So understand what is the purpose of dividing into paragraphs. It's not just like you write a lot and then when you feel like, okay, I wrote a lot, now I need to break this and I need to start with a new paragraph. It's not like that. You have to like section it. Okay, this is my introduction. In the introductory paragraph, I write this. This is the second paragraph. So it's always when you write your introductory paragraph, or like one paragraph ends by giving the beginning to the next paragraph. Then the second paragraph ends and it gives the beginning to the third paragraph. So it's like that. Always the paragraphs, each paragraph ends by giving a beginning to the next paragraph. So remember that, keep that in your mind. You have to, there should be a nice flow in your answer and there should be a very good organization in your answer. And the other important thing is your language. So you are supposed to use a very good academic writing. Do not use short forms, contractions we say. Short forms do not use, and some abbreviations or different and writing. When you write, it should be, remember, we are doing something academic, professional writing. So if it is a number or something, you can use the letters and make clear handwriting as well. You don't need to write very beautiful handwriting. I know it's quite hard to write an essay type answer within half an hour. You cannot think about all those things, but make it clear because it's not a computer checking your answer. It's a human being. A human being would check your answer. No? The examiner would be should be able to read your answer. Sometimes, like when we check papers, when we read your answers, even we get tired. We feel like we feel tired. It is natural. No? Like we are human beings, but make it pleasant. So when sometimes when like even though we are tired, when we take a paper, okay, what a nice writing, the beautiful introduction, nice introduction. So the person who is checking your answer feels like reading. So those are also quite important things that you can pay attention. It's not just when you see the question, okay, now time, I have a half an hour, I have to write, not like that. Keep those things in your mind. So my question is this. How does Shakespeare explore the complexities of love in Sonnet 141 and Sonnet 73, those two sonnets in your collection? So the question, I will add the question at the end of the video. You can copy that. How does Shakespeare explore the complexities of love in Sonnet 141 and Sonnet 73? And what do these sonnets reveal about the interplay between physical desire, emotional attachment, and the passage of time? So that is your question. So then how can we approach? In your introductory paragraph, you can introduce the uh, theme of love in Shakespearean sonnets as a multifaceted and a layered thing, how the theme of love is explored in these both sonnets. You can briefly introduce the sonnets 141 and 73 as two contrasting explorations of love, and focus on the internal conflict between physical attraction and emotional devotion, and how the person physically get attracted, how emotionally devoted to a person, and the mortality of love, the impact of time, how time affected. So all those things, including all the things mentioned in the question, you can give a brief introduction to both sonnets in your introductory paragraph. So it's better in your introductory paragraph, you can have one complete sentence developing the idea, the complexities of love, how the poet or how Shakespeare addressed on or talked, explored on physical desire, emotional attachment, and the passage of time. You can highlight the nature of the lover. So like that, you can have an introductory paragraph at the beginning about the both sonnets. Then next paragraph, you can talk about the complexity of physical desire in the sonnet 141. So if you explore the poem, explore the sonnet, you can see that focuses on speaker's struggle between sensory perception and emotional devotion. The speaker acknowledges that their five wits, not their five senses, find satisfaction in the beloved. You can explain, you don't need to write very lengthy quotations, remember that as well. You can just use in-text quotation, short phrases like five wits, five senses, like that. Despite the lack of physical or rational allure, the speaker remains emotionally, uh, how the speaker remains emotionally, revealing the irrationality and vulnerability of love. You can explain, but remember or make sure you are not paraphrasing the sonnet, right? Do not paraphrase. Paraphrasing means what? Paraphrasing means you write the same thing in the poem in your own words. So you are not supposed to explain the same thing in the poem in your words, in your own words. You can explain like how the poet, like despite the lack of physical or rational allure, how the speaker remains emotionally trapped. how he emotionally trapped in this love, how it reveals the vulnerability of love. And even in this poem, Shakespeare portrays love as a transcending physical beauty or logical reasoning, creating tension between desire and emotional connection. So this is the idea that you have to develop when you write. I don't want to explain the whole thing, but this is the idea you can develop in the second paragraph. Then in the next paragraph, you can talk about the depth of emotional attachment in the Sonnet 73. Sonnet 73 shifts focus on what? The emotional depth in the context of mortality and the passage of time. You find the images in this sonnet, the seasonal decline, the yellow leaves, bare ruined choirs. You can discuss how these symbols, how these are symbolizing the idea of aging and the idea of inevitability of death. So take the different images and talk. Remember your main idea, the main idea that you develop in this paragraph is the emotional depth in the context of mortality and the passage of time. And also you can develop the same thing in the same paragraph. You can write about the speaker's acceptance of their own decline, emphasize the preciousness of love that endures despite life's transience. Speakers' acceptance of their own decline, how they accept. Love is shown to deepen with the awareness of its fleeting nature. Then how it is explained, how love is developed here. The fleeting nature of it. And also the poet urges the lover to cherish what remains. So you can develop that idea. The main idea is emotional depth in the context of mortality and the passage of time. And next paragraph, you can talk about the desire, the interplay between desire, emotion, and time. So both sonnets, you can see, both sonnets examine the tension between desire, emotion, and time. For example, the sonnet 141, love defines physical and rational expectations, prioritizing emotional attachment over superficiality. And in 73, love gains a strength as it confronts the impermanence of life, revealing the maturity that transcends youthful passion. So just the idea, the two ideas you can develop, like these two ideas you develop in your paragraph. So together, the sonnets, you can say, the sonnet suggests that love is both irrational and enduring, capable of perishing through imperfection and loss. So in your conclusion, you don't need to write a very big conclusion for this answer. You can summarize finally. Conclusion is in a way, most of the time, conclusion is in a way of, like, you just summarize the whole thing that you have written. But you don't need to repeat the same idea. Shakespeare examines the complexities of love in both sonnets, you can say. Then 141, you can say the love as irrational and unbound by sensory appeal. And sonnet 73, love as profound and intensified by time's passage. So you can conclude your answer by reflecting on Shakespeare's universal portrayal of love as a force that transcends both the physical desire and limitations of time, resonating with audience across generations. So how it is developed like that. So that would be the structure for your answer. This is just a sample idea. So you can take the same question once again and you can take a look at, you can just think about what are the other possibilities, what are the other ways that I can develop this and what kind of other structures. But remember, what I wanted to tell you by discussing this question is when you write an answer, the structure is very important. There should be a nice flow in your answer. You cannot just write everything, or you cannot just write the teacher's note when you get a question. You cannot just write what you have studied. It's in a way you are writing what you have studied. That is true. Even I used to tell my students, okay, study all the notes, read as much as possible, all the notes. I used to say. So in a way, you write what you have studied. That is true. But remember, what you have studied, you take it and you, as you shape up a clay ball, you shape it up according to the question given and you put it there. You cannot just write what you have studied, you cannot just fix it into your answer. You have to turn it, shape it up according to the question that you got. So keep that in your mind. You can just try this answer. And also, if you can write this answer with the structure that I have given, and I would like if you all would paste your answer, or if you all type at least an introductory paragraph for these answers in the comment section, under the comment section of this video, or you can share as a picture your answer under the comment section. So it will be a help for other students as well. Even I would like to give a comment to your answers. So if you would like, you can do that. And I'm waiting to see your answers as well. That's all. So have a nice day and have a nice time. And I hope you would do your studies well. So see you soon with another video. Bye bye.